मातृभूमि स्वर्ग से भी श्रेष्ठ है. The mother and the motherland excel even the heaven. There is no one who can provide repose like a mother, and there is no place where the heart find repose other than a motherland. A very warm and refreshing good morning to everyone. Respected Secretary Sir, Mr. Rajesh Bhagat, Honorable Rector Ma'am, Mrs. Shubhra Chatterjee, respected Principal Ma'am, Ms. Supriya Sengupta, the teaching and non-teaching staff of the DPS family, and my dear students. On behalf of the entire Delhi Public School Bardhaman family, I welcome each one of you to the 73rd Republic Day celebration, and hence direct your attention towards the word republic. So the word republic, it means a political system of the state in which the supreme power is held by the citizens as they elect an individual or a group of individuals to represent them. When our forefathers would think of India as a free nation, they deemed it fit for the citizens to have this right at their disposal, that is, to elect their representatives.
शहीदों का सपना जब सच हुआ, हिंदुस्तान तब स्वतंत्र हुआ. आओ सलाम करें उन वीरों को जिनकी वजह से भारत गणतंत्र हुआ. माननीय सेक्रेटरी सर, आदरणीय शिक्षकगण और मेरे सभी सहकर्मी, सबसे पहले आप सभी को गणतंत्र दिवस की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं. जैसा कि पूर्व विदित है, हम सभी आज यहाँ इस पावन तिरंगे झंडे के नीचे भारतीय गणतंत्र दिवस का महोत्सव मनाने के लिए एकत्रित हुए हैं. यह केवल एक पर्व नहीं बल्कि हर भारतवासी के लिए गर्व और सम्मान की बात है. अर्थात इस सम्मान को बनाए रखने के लिए हमें हर परिस्थिति में एकता को कायम रखना चाहिए.
हेमर चित्त पुण्य तीर्थे जागरे धीरे এই ভারতের মহামানবের সাগর তীরে 1930 সালে 26শে জানুয়ারি রাভি নদীর তীরে লাহোরে পণ্ডিত জওহরলাল নেহেরু পূর্ণ স্বরাজের দাবিতে ভারতের পতাকা উত্তোলন করলেন. ব্রিটিশ শাসনে ভারতবাসীর এই পদক্ষেপ রাজ শাসনের ভিত অনেকখানি নড়িয়ে দিয়েছিল. এরপরও কেটেছে কত দিন, কত মাস, কত বছর, ঝরেছে কত রক্ত, চলে গেছে কত প্রাণ. অবশেষে 1947 সালে ইংরেজ ভারত ছাড়ল, কিন্তু ভারতবাসীর গোলামি ঘুচল না. রাজশাসনের অভাবে, অরাজকতায়, দেশ বিভাগে, অনিশ্চয়তায় ভারতবাসী হয়ে পড়ল অসহায়. কত মানুষ গৃহহারা, কত মা সন্তান হারা, কত সন্তান পিতৃহারা. এমতাবস্থায় ডক্টর রাজেন্দ্র প্রসাদ ও ডক্টর বি.আর. আম্বেদকর এগিয়ে এলেন. 2 বছর 11 মাস 18 দিন কঠোর পরিশ্রম করে তৈরি করলেন ভারতের আইন.
India is a land of diversities. Different social groups can be found in India. They speak different languages, eat various kinds of food, have different habits, and believe in different faiths. Yet they are proud to be Indians. This diversity found in our country gives our nation a rich cultural heritage. In spite of different languages, religions, and food habits, we have an underlying unity. There is also an element of interdependence among different communities which binds them together. This interdependence is what forges a link and a bond of unity. In his book, The Discovery of India, Jawaharlal Nehru wrote about the unity of India. He coined the phrase unity in diversity. Even our national anthem, composed by Rabindranath Tagore, highlights the states of India and the cultural heritage of India.
आज यदि हम गर्व से अपने देश को पूरी तरह आज़ाद कह सकते हैं और देश में खुशी और उल्लास से गणतंत्र दिवस मना रहे हैं, तो इसके पीछे देश को पूर्ण स्वराज दिलवाने वाले महात्मा गांधी, सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल, सुभाष चंद्र बोस, जवाहरलाल नेहरू, भगत सिंह आदि जैसे अनेक स्वतंत्रता सेनानियों को और हमारे देश के वीर जवानों को हमें सदैव याद रखना चाहिए, क्योंकि आज उन्हीं के ही संघर्ष और परिश्रम से हम आजादी की जिंदगी जी पा रहे हैं। यदि हम भी अपने वीर सेनानियों की तरह ही देश के प्रति समर्पित होकर देश में एकता को बनाए रखें और उनकी वीर गाथा से प्रेरित होकर देश के प्रति अपने कर्तव्यों को समझेंगे, तभी हर वर्ष हम उमंग, जोश और नवीनता के साथ गणतंत्र दिवस मना पाएंगे।
1950 সালে 26শে জানুয়ারি ঘোষিত হলো ভারতের আইন, প্রতিষ্ঠিত হলো গণতন্ত্র, শত শত শহীদের বলিদান সার্থক হলো, ভারত আকাশে উঠল নতুন সূর্য, বাতাসে বাতাসে ভেসে এলো মঙ্গল ধ্বনি। দেখো আলোয় আকাশ, দেখো আকাশ ভরা, দেখো যাওয়ার পথের পাশে ছুটে হাওয়া أسات أسات دنيا ومصوم جتير قنا والنطير نطامة قنا شانتي 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 هاون تسات.
As we celebrate the 73rd Republic Day, we celebrate the same spirit, reflect on its importance, and share the pride with each of our fellow citizens. Now, I would like to invite all our dignitaries for the prestigious flag hoisting, followed by our national anthem. We can see that the majestic tricolor is flying with all her might.
जनगणमनयधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा, तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मागे, गाहे तब जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
The distinguished dignitaries and all the members of the DPS family to proceed for the garlanding ceremony. I would like to request all the members of the DPS family to proceed for the garlanding ceremony. call upon our respected Rector Ma'am to share her valuable words on this auspicious occasion.
A very good morning to all of you. It's an honor and privilege for me to be standing before you and to welcome you to this auspicious occasion, the 73rd Republic Day 2022. I take this opportunity to wish each one of you present here a very happy Republic Day. Generally, on Republic Day as well as on Independence Day, we always talk about the national struggle, the national heroes, or the Constitution, the preamble, etc. Today, what I thought that let me share some experiences of my own. I have come across a large number of students during my teaching life from various levels. Like I started my teaching career with class 6 students and I ended with class 12 students. Now, in my previous school where I was a teacher, we had a zero period, which actually our principal decided that as we have a 0 hour in the parliament, so let us have a zero period in the school. And the zero period was not meant for anything particular. The freedom was given to the teachers to utilize that period in their own way. So some teachers used to teach them the dance, some teachers used to make them complete their homework and so on. Now because I'm a voracious reader, I feel that I really like to read stories. So what I thought that being an English teacher, I must also develop this habit among the children. So I started telling them stories. And what I did, I started telling them the moral stories, like not the normal ones, but I started picking up the stories of national leaders, sometimes the great people of our country, like Bhagat Singh sometimes Binoy Badul Dinesh, which I can remember now. And in the beginning, I would just take some incidents from their childhood and I will tell them the story. And then I would ask them that whether they knew this person or whether they heard about them. Now, when I was a teacher and the children were in class 10, till that time, I think the parents were little aware of our rich heritage of our country. And, it was a system of having grandfather or grandmother at home. So many children, they knew about these stories. Nowadays, I think the children, they really don't know. So what I feel that, there are so many small incidents which are related to the Constitution, to the freedom struggle, which we as teachers can pick up and sometimes we can narrate it in the classes. I'll just tell you one or two stories. Now, we all know that the making of the Constitution, especially the clauses, the rules, everything actually started before 1947. It actually started among the leaders from 1946 onwards. And it ultimately went on for up to 1949. During this period, a lot of amendments were done, and every time because our Constitution is handwritten page by page, and on each page there are beautiful sketches or pictures engraved. And as I have read somewhere that those pictures were actually drawn by the people from Shantiniketan at that point of time. Now many children or many of us, maybe we don't know that. So when the Constitution was being made, so every day something or other was being added to it. So one fine morning there was a session, where everybody was supposed to give their feedback on the constitution. All of a sudden, the people who were compiling the papers, they found that some papers were missing, some pages were missing. Although it was not completed, but page by page it was being written. So they all got very nervous, because within the next day was the Congress session. So what will be present there? So immediately they went and reported the matter to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. The person, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, is a person of such a stature that, he remained cool. And he told one of the people that, get me, you just bring one pen and paper, I'm dictating, you write down. And whatever pages were missing, each and every line, he wrote it. He dictated and the person wrote it down. So, we can see that how much passion the person had when he was formulating the rules and regulations. So that is why, even if he had already written it, but it was already engraved in his mind. There is another story, like Sir Vallabhbhai Patel, he was suffering, very severely. And actually he was counting his days. So one day he called his secretary, M.V. Raman, and told him that, I had a great wish that I will write 2-3 books on the situation of India, which India has passed through the national struggle time. Not only about the heroes, but the situation of India, the suppression of the people, and everything he wanted to write down. But he told his secretary that, now I do not have the energy to write down, so it's my wish that you start writing. You start writing about the integration, about the transfer of power, and you write down whatever you have seen with your own eyes. Don't add your commentaries there, because in future whatever you write will be a documentation. And accordingly, he started writing. M.V. Raman started writing. And within 2 years, he completed 2 books. One was the integration of Indian states, and the other one was the transfer of power. I think these 2 books, even if we do not ask the children to read, because those who are studying political science, definitely they should read it, but I think I would request all the teachers that at least try to read few pages. Then only you will have an idea that what kind of situation at that time prevailed, and how we have come all from that period to this period. It is not only the story of struggles, but it is the story of how the evolution took place. So these kind of stories I used to tell the children, and at that time I think they were not very interested, especially class 11 and 12, as the teachers will know. They generally don't pay much attention. They listen and they forget. But I really consider myself to be very, very fortunate, because since last 2 years, as it is the students whom I have taught so far, because of this Facebook and Twitter and WhatsApp group, they somehow found me out, and everywhere a group is found. Now, during this COVID situation, a group of students, all of them are in the early 30s, and we are all well settled. Some are in India, some are in abroad. Now, all of a sudden, they form a group and they request me and another 2 teachers to come for a conference, a video conference. And then they came out with a wonderful idea. What they said, that ma'am, when you told us about these stories, we really did not pay much attention. And then in the next stages, whenever we went home, the parents always used to tell us that, you have to be like Swami Vivekananda, you have to be like this, you have to be like that person. It was not possible, ma'am. So, and I told them a story about Binoy Badal Dinesh, which really affected them, about sharing and caring for others, sharing with and caring for others. Now, these people, this particular group, they told me that, ma'am, we have started taking 1/4 of our salary. Now, you can imagine those who are in abroad. One is a doctor, and few people are in the IT group. One is the regional manager of Delta in USA. So you can imagine their pay packets. From there to give away 1/4 of their salary, and they have made a fund. The people who are staying in India, accordingly, they are also giving their 1/4 of their salary, and this particular fund they are using for very unusual reasons. Like sometimes, in the remote areas, you will find, especially in the government schools, at one point of time, they were very good teachers, maths teachers, English teachers, and they had come across these teachers and who are now not looked after by their children properly. So what they have done, they have just started making 2-3 rooms in these kind of places, sometimes as old age home, where only they will choose the people whom they admired, whom they respected, and the people who do not have anybody to look after. With that, there will be a small dispensary, there will be maybe a small adult literacy campaign. In Kerala, there is a village which actually belonged to the fishermen. Now, as you know that during the rainy season, when the fishermen, they go to the sea, most of the time they lose their life, they don't come back. So in that particular village, most of the ladies are widows with small children. So, these people, they have found out, because they have friends everywhere, and all of them are not my students. Maybe 20% of this group are my students. The rest of them, they have found out the like-minded people. And, they have started a small scale industry in that particular village. They have opened a very small school where their sisters, their wives are going and teaching the children. They also are giving scholarship to people who are doing PhD, who want to go to abroad, but they belong to the below poverty level. So, when they talked about it, while talking also I'm getting tears in my eyes, that I found that means to some extent I was a successful teacher. So I think, this storytelling has a very, very powerful impact on the children. And I always feel that, you have to connect to the students. You have to develop a bonding with the students. What these children are doing, similarly, I find that CBSE has also started in collaboration with Government of India, the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. So many programs are being arranged in different schools, colleges, everywhere. But for me, this particular act of these people, I can describe it as Amrit Mahotsav. Thank you very much.
We will now proceed to our next set of programs.
গাহি সাম্যের গান যেখানে আসিয়া এক হয়ে গেছে সব বাধা ব্যবধান। A very warm and blissful morning to everyone. I'm feeling very honored to be a part of the 73rd Republic Day celebration. We became independent in the year 1947, but we organized ourselves into a republic in the year 1950. Freedom of mind is a real freedom. A person whose mind is not free, though he may not be in chains, is a slave, not a free man. One whose mind is not free, though he may not be in prison, is a prisoner, not a free man. One whose mind is not free, though alive, is no better than dead. Freedom of mind is a proof of one's existence, as was rightly said by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. And this ideology was there behind framing of our Constitution. It took almost 3 years for our Constitution framers to build a concrete rule book for governing ourselves.
चलो नई मिसाल हो, जलो नई मिसाल हो, बढ़ो नया कमाल हो, झुको नहीं रुको नहीं, बढ़े चलो। सुप्रभात। गणतंत्र दिवस के इस पावन उपलक्ष्य पर प्रत्यक्ष तथा अप्रत्यक्ष रूप से उपस्थित आप सभी को मेरा हार्दिक अभिनंदन। यह फहराता हुआ राष्ट्र ध्वज जो 3 रंगों से अपना प्रतीकात्मक अर्थ को समेटता हुआ नजर आ रहा है, उसी के बीच में निहित चक्र जीवन को गतिमान बनाने की सूचना दे रहा है। जब तक यह अंबर है, यह तारे है, सूर्य है, चंद्रमा है, तब तक जीवन में दिन और रात है। अतएव जीवन का यह चक्र चलता रहेगा, अर्थात जीवन कभी किसी भी संकटों में रुका नहीं रहेगा। जीवन की इसी सत्यता को दिखाते हुए स्वामी विवेकानंद जी ने कहा था, सारी शक्ति तुम्हारे अंदर ही है, तुम हर चीज कर सकते हो। अगर एक दिन भी ऐसा बीता कि तुम्हें एक भी परेशानी नहीं आई, तो समझ लो कि तुम गलत रास्ते पर जा रहे हो। आज हम इसी उद्देश्य से यहाँ एकत्र हुए हैं कि जीवन के मूल सत्यता को लेकर ही हमें आगे चलते जाना है। नया सवेरा इसी नई चेतना के साथ आता है कि सारी उम्मीदें हम अंदर समाकर नई ज्योति जलाएं, क्योंकि मनुष्य ही ईश्वर की सर्वश्रेष्ठ कृति है। उसके पास मन है तो विवेक भी है। वह अपने विवेक के बल पर अपने विश्वास को कभी कम नहीं होने देता। अतः अपने मन में निराशा लाए बिना कर्म करने पर ही हम सारे संकल्पों को पूर्ण कर सकते हैं। अंततः मैथिली सरल गुप्त की कुछ पंक्तियों द्वारा मैं अपने वक्तव्य को समाप्त करना चाहूंगी। मन हो न निराश करो मन को, मन हो न निराश करो मन को, कुछ काम करो, जग में रहकर कुछ नाम करो। यह जन्म हुआ किस अर्थ अहो, यह जन्म हुआ किस अर्थ अहो, समझो जिसमें यह व्यर्थ ना हो। कुछ तो उपयुक्त करो तन को, न हो न निराश करो मन को। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
देश को सलाम, सलाम, देश को प्रणाम, प्रणाम। সকল
program, we have many heroes who wrote our constitution. Ours is one of the biggest constitution in the world. After the amendment of the constitution, we became the Republic of India. Ladies and gentlemen, the day was 26 January 1950. This day was chosen as the Republic Day because it was on this day in 1930 when the Declaration of Indian Independence, Purna Swaraj, was proclaimed by the Indian National Congress, as opposed to the dominion status offered by the British regime. And finally, we realized that we can walk alone and achieve milestones.
ছাড়ুক আমি তোমায় ছাড়ব না মা, যে তোমায় ছাড়ে ছাড়ুক। আমি তোমার চরণ মাগো, আমি তোমার চরণ করব শরণ, আর কারো ধার ধারব না মা, আর কারো ধার ধারব না মা, যে তোমায় ছাড়ে ছাড়ুক আমি তোমায় ছাড়ব না মা, যে তোমায় ছাড়ে ছাড়ুক।
States, 1,618 languages, 6,400 castes, 6 major religions, 6 ethnic groups, but one country. This shows that despite having diverse culture, traditions, languages, religions, we stand together as one. This shows our unity in diversity, and we are proud that we are Indians. In spite of living in a democratic republic, we have freedom in mind, faith in words, pride in our heart, and patriotism in our souls.
ছোটবেলায় স্বদেশ বাবুর কাছে ভূগোল পড়তাম। প্রথম দিন একটা ধারালো লেড পেন্সিল হাতে ধরিয়ে তিনি আমায় ভারতবর্ষ আঁকতে বলেছিলেন। আঁকবো কি? লেড পেন্সিলের শীষ হাতে ফুটে একেবারে রক্তারক্তি। সেই থেকে ভূগোলে আমার ভীষণ ভয়, আরো ভয় মানচিত্রে। মানচিত্র মানে আমার কাছে ধারালো লেড পেন্সিল। বাবার জ্যাঠাইমা ছিলেন পদ্মাপাড়ের মেয়ে, তার একটা নিজস্ব ভূগোল ছিল, 43 থেকে অপরিবর্তিত। তব মানচিত্র বুঝি না মানে রংপুর কুষ্টিয়ারে তরা হইস বিদেশ। আমাগো বাপের বাড়ি বিদেশ হয় কামড়ে। ঠাকুমার কাছে চোখ বুঝে আব্বা সত্যিদের সেই পাখির গল্প শুনতাম। বগাকে দেখে বগি কাঁদে, বগিকে দেখে বগা। আর পাখি আমরা দুজনে গলা ধরাধরি করি, কাঁদিল নীরবে। ঠাকুমা শুনে যেতেন নির্মল ইন্দুর সেই চাঁদ বদনের রূপ ঝুলুক নুপুরের গান। স্বপ্নে খুঁজে বেড়াতাম সেই পড়শিকে, বাড়ির পাশে আর সে নগরে যার বসত। স্বদেশবাবু ভূগোল শিক্ষক। তিনি শিখিয়েছিলেন সূক্ষ্ম ধারালো লেড পেন্সিল দিয়ে একটা নিখুঁত ভারতবর্ষ আঁকতে। একটা রেখা ছিঁড়ে গেল লালন আব্বাস উদ্দিনের বুক, অন্য রেখাটা টানলাম গোলাম আলী নসরত ফতে আলীর হৃৎপিণ্ডের পাশ দিয়ে। আফগানিস্তানের মেয়ে ছিলেন গান্ধারী, তিনি তালিবান ছিলেন না, তবুও ছিল চোখে পট্টি বাঁধা। আমরাও এখন বালুচ পাখতুনদের কাছে পট্টি কিনে সযত্নে ঢেকে রেখেছি চোখ। স্বদেশ স্যার, সবরমতীর খড়ের দাওয়ায় কারা গায়ে রামধন? গুজরাট আজ সৌমি বৃক্ষ কি লুকানো কালের তুন? কাশ্মীর থেকে কন্যাকুমারীর বিস্তীর্ণ এই মাটিতে একটা 10x10 বস্তি কি খুব বেশি? এখন আমরা স্বদেশ আঁকি তার কাটাতে, আঁকতে আঁকতে হাতে আমার রক্ত ক্ষত। স্বদেশ মানে কাটার বেড়া লেড পেন্সিল, স্বদেশ মানে রক্ত ঝরা অবিরত।
Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where we are fearless to face the present and gather strength to face the future, as the tricolor flutters majestically all by itself confidently, so will we imbibe the confidence to stand alone and face whatever comes our way. The three colors on our national flag, saffron, white and green, symbolizes sacrifice of the millions who died fighting for it, and peace and prosperity that prevails in our nation. It reminds of our responsibility that we have towards our nation. আসে তোর হাতে হাত রেখে মিলে একসাথে আমরা নিভানাত মানবো भारत वर्ष स्वदेश मेरा सपना है तुम पे हम जन्म लेके धन्य हुए धन्य है धन्य हुए धन्य है धन्य हुए धन्य है। Vivek means conscience, and it is the conscience that drives us to the right direction. Yes, you are right. I'm talking about Swami Vivekananda. He was a prominent nationalist and had the overall welfare of his countrymen topmost in his mind. He urged his fellow countrymen to arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. He revealed to the world the true foundations of India's unity as a nation. He taught how a nation with such a vast diversity can be bound together by a feeling of humanity and brotherhood.
जब भारत के मस्तक पर पश्चिम का बोल बाला था, धर्मांतरण की आंधी का चहुओर प्रभाव विकराला था, तब भारत के युवा संत ने धर्म का भार संभाला था। जन्म 1863 की 12 जनवरी को पाया, विश्वनाथ दत्त जी के घर बेटा बनकर वह आया। माता भुवनेश्वरी देवी थी, नाम नरेंद्र धराया। परमहंस श्री रामकृष्ण को जिसने अपना गुरु बनाया। ऊंचे कुल में जन्मा, फिर भी हुआ नहीं अभिमान। लाल मिला भारत माता को, बनकर पुत्र महान। भोग विलास में जिसको भाया, सेवा का व्रत धारा था। सन्यासी योगी बन जिसने जीवन पूर्ण गुजारा था। जिनके रग रग में है स्वाभिमान, जिसने भारत का जग में बढ़ाया मान। मेरी अमेरिकी भाइयों बहनों कहकर जब उसने पुकारा था, शिकागो की आर्ट गैलरी में गूंजा भारत का जयकारा था। धर्मांतरण की आंधी का चहुओर प्रभाव विकराला था, तब भारत के युवा संत ने धर्म का भार संभाला था। जिससे दुनिया हुई प्रभावित, वह पहला हिंदू संत था। जिससे दुनिया हुई प्रभावित, वह पहला हिंदू संत था। शोषित, वंचित, पीड़ितों के लिए जिसके मन में करुणा थी। चेहरे पर शांति और हृदय में आनंद था। वो भारत का एक सन्यासी, नाम विवेकानंद था। सत्य सनातन धर्म का हर एक ने लोहा माना था। सत्य सनातन धर्म का हर एक ने लोहा माना था। भारत के इस युवा संत ने इतिहास गढ़ा निराला था। जन जन की है मांग धरा पर, हे युग परिवर्तक फिर आओ। भारत भूमि को पावन कर फिर से स्वर्ग बना जाओ। हे युग पुरुष, माँ भारती के नंदन हो। युवाओं के प्रेरणा स्रोत, कोटि कोटि वंदन हो। कोटि कोटि वंदन हो। कोटि कोटि वंदन हो। मन में ताकत, दिल में हिम्मत, तेरे नाम से ही मिले। मन में ताकत, दिल में हिम्मत, तेरे नाम से
ताकत दी हिम्मत तेरे नाम से ही मिले स्वामी विवेकानंद आनंद आनंद स्वामी विवेकानंद आनंद आनंद जिंदगी के मंजिलें हैं अजब चुनौतियां दूर अनजाना खींचे नाचे सब कठपुतलियां कर्म करनी स्वार्थ से मुक्ति माया है मिले मन में ताकत दिल में हिम्मत तेरे नाम से ही मिले स्वामी विवेकानंद आनंद आनंद स्वामी विवेकानंद आनंद आनंद स्वामी विवेकानंद आनंद आनंद. A man is known by his humanity and a nation by her people. Let us pledge to be better human beings to create a better place to live. মানুষ হয়ে জন্মালেই মানুষ হওয়া যায় না মনুষ্যত্ব দিয়ে বোধহয় মানুষ তৈরি হয়
Good morning, everyone. Before I start my poem, I want to dedicate this poem to all my students. I want to tell you all, I want to remember you all that all of you are having the same blood, the same courage, the same fighting spirit in you that our freedom fighters had. So, whenever you're witnessing something bad is happening around you, always stand up and raise your voice. আমাদের দেশে হবে সেই ছেলে কবে কথায় না বড় হয়ে কাজে বড় হবে মুখে হাসি বুকে বল তেজে ভরা মন মানুষ হইতে হবে এই তারপর বিপদ আসিলে কাছে হয় আগুয়ান নেই কি শরীরে তব রক্ত মাংস প্রাণ হাত পা সবারই আছে নিচ্ছে কেন ভয় চেতনা রয়েছে যার সে কি পড়ে রয় সে ছেলেকে চাই বলো কথায় কথায় আসে যার চোখে জল মাথা ঘুরে যায় মনে প্রাণে খাটে সবে সত্যিকার দান তোমরা মানুষ হলে দেশের কল্যাণ তোমরা মানুষ হলে দেশের কল্যাণ
The meaning of republic is the power and freedom to all the people of the country to choose their leaders to lead the country in the right direction. India is a republic country where the people elect their leaders as a leader, prime minister, etc. The people of India have the right to freedom. Our constitution is one. We are all citizens of India. When we go to another country, we identify ourselves as Indians. We find diversity everywhere. It is our differences which makes us all the more attractive. Our versatile music also attracts the outside world. Shamrat sir is going to play a melodious track for us. We have many things hidden in us and we really don't get a scope to show it. So this can be the best platform to showcase one's talent, a hidden talent. Here is one such. Where we are today is because of what our freedom fighters did in the past. We should not allow their struggle to go in vain. So whatever will happen next will be the best. Everything will be positive and we shall overcome someday.
26 জানুয়ারির এই শুভক্ষণে আমি আমার কিছু বক্তব্য তুলে ধরতে চাই। চিত্ত যেথা ভয় শূন্য, উচ্চ যেথা শির, হিন্দু মুসলিম নির্বিশেষে সকল ধর্মের ভিড়। ব্যক্তিত্ব আজ ধুলো মিশেছে, ভেঙেছে মোর মনের খাঁচা। গণতন্ত্র আজ বাঁচছে একা, প্রজাতন্ত্র দিবসের ৭৩ বছর জানি পূর্ণ হলো যে আজ। শহীদদের কথা স্মরণে রেখেই মোরা ভুলে যাই শত কাজ। এক সূত্রে ভারত মাতার সকল সন্তান, বাধা ভ্রাতৃত্ববোধে গাই ঐক্যের গান। চেতনা হোক উন্মুক্ত, মিথ্যে হোক ভেদাভেদ, জয় করব সকল বাধা, মনে রাখবো জেদ। শিক্ষা হোক সার্বিক আর উন্নতি হোক লক্ষ্য, সব দারিদ্র ঘুচে যাক, গর্বিত হোক বক্ষ। মঞ্চে মঞ্চে শোনা যায় আজ শুধুই দেশাত্মবোধক গান, অন্তর থেকে দেশভক্তদের আমরা জানাই বিনম্র প্রণাম। বাইরে আমরা বজ্রের মতো কঠিন, ভিতরে কুসুমের মতো কোমল মনটা, সবাই ভারতবাসী আমরা, সারে যাহা সে আচ্ছা, হিন্দুস্তান হমারা।
जिसकी हजारों नदियाँ गोदी में खेलती है, जिसकी हजारों नदियाँ गुलशन है जिसके दम से रश के जिला हमारा हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा। मजहब नहीं सिखाता आपस में बैर रखना, मजहब नहीं सिखाता आपस में बैर रखना। हिंदी है हम, हिंदी है हम, हिंदी है हम, वतन है हिंदुस्तान हमारा हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा। हिंदुस्तान हमारा हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा। हम बुलबुले हैं इसके, ये गुलसितां हमारा हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा। हिंदुस्तान हमारा हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा।
Now, I would like to call upon our respected Principal Ma'am for saying a few words as a vote of thanks.
Very good morning to all of you. It's a great pleasure for me that you have given chance to deliver my vote of thanks to all of you. First and foremost, I want to give my heartiest thanks to our Secretary Sir, Mr. Rajesh Bhagat. Sir, we are very much thankful to you for your continued support. I want to give my thanks to our Administrative Director, Ma'am, Mrs. Subra Chatterjee. Ma'am, we are very much grateful to you for your motivation, your support in each and every work. I want to give my sincere love and my thanks to my teachers, those who are associated with this program and those who are trying their level best to do all the work
and they are trying to give pleasure to our students also. I want to thanks to other members of our DPS family, those who are associated with this special program. Last but not the least, I want to give my thanks to those students, those who have shown their interest in this program. And at the same time, I want to give my thanks to those parents, those who have helped those students. Okay? Once again, I want to give my thanks to all of you. Happy Republic Day. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for acknowledging our efforts. ऐ वतन वतन मेरी आबाद रहे तू, ऐ वतन वतन मेरी आबाद रहे तू, मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ आबाद रहे तू, ऐ वतन मेरे वतन. And on this note, we would like to conclude this program. Vande Mataram. you, sir. I would like to thanks our respected secretary, sir, and the other dignitaries of the management committee. And I would like to thank my dear colleagues who have worked relentlessly, worked hard for this program to make it a grand success. Thanks to all of you. Can we all say together, Jai Hind? Jai Hind!
Not present here. Today India is celebrating her 73rd Republic Day, and I, Rimzim Shahana of Class 7A, welcomes you all to witness this auspicious event. We celebrate 26th of January as our Republic Day every year since 1950. The Constitution came into effect because of our Constitution makers, and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is considered to be the father of the Indian Constitution. We all give a wholehearted salute to all of you who took a place by River Ravi in Lahore to achieve Purna Swaraj on this day of 1930. India is a land of varied culture and heritage. The citizens living in this democratic country enjoy the privilege to elect their leader to lead the country. In spite of being a democratic nation, we have been facing a few problems such as pollution, poverty and unemployment, etc. One thing we can do is to promise each other that we could contribute to solve all these problems and make our nation a better place. Thank you. Jai Hind.
सरफरोशी की तमन्ना अब हमारे दिल में है, देखना है जोर कितना बाहुई का किल में है. I am Bhagat Singh, born in 28 September 1907 in a Banga village of Punjab. My slogans are, you can kill me, but you cannot kill my ideas. You can crush my body, but you cannot crush my spirit. My father was Kishan Singh and my mother was Vidyavati. Being an Indian, I started my life to solve my mother as a socialist activist against British rule to make free my country. I devoted my life in freedom movement and I have been awarded with hanging till date by British ruler. Thanks to all of you, the future citizen of my country. जिंदगी तो अपने नमर ही जी जाते हैं, दूसरों के खंडे पर सिर्फ जनाजे ही जनाजे उठाए जाते हैं. इनकलाब जिंदाबाद, इनकलाब जिंदाबाद, इनकलाब जिंदाबाद. Thank you. Today I am Mary Kong. Nickname is Magnificent Mary. I am an Indian female boxer from the northeastern state of Manipur. I am also 5 times world champion and Olympic bronze medalist. I was an athlete from an early age and has played many sports in my school days. I was awarded Padma Vibhushan and the Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna. My life is my message. Nothing is impossible. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you.
I am APJ Abdul Kalam. I was born on 15th October 1931 in Rameshwaram in Tamil Nadu. I am an Indian scientist. I was president of the country. I am popularly known as the Missile Man for my work in the development of missiles and the launching technology. According to me, failure never overtake me if my determination to succeed is strong enough. Thank you.
I am Kalpana Chawla, an American astronaut and an engineer. I am the first Indian woman to go to space. My first mission was in Colombia in 1997 as a space specialist. I was born on 17 March in 1962 in Karnal in India. My parents were Basani Lal Chawla and Sanjoti Chawla. After completing my education from Texas University, I joined NASA. My second and final space mission was in Colombia in 2003. From my childhood, my dream was I am born for space and I will die for space. And I proved it. Jai Hind.
Greetings to everybody present on this auspicious occasion. All of us are here to celebrate the 73rd Republic Day of our country. Republic Day is a national celebration. This day reminds us the worth of all our freedom fighters, their sacrifices and devotion towards the country. So, on this day, we give our full respect and devotion to them. This day has a special significance because in 1950, Indian Constitution came into effect and India became a democratic country. We all know India got its independence on 15th August 1947 and its Constitution came into effect on 26th January 1950, led by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. After this, the people of the democratic India enjoy the privilege to elect their leaders to lead the country. Although we have been facing a lot of problems such as pollution, unemployment, poverty, etc. But it is in our hand that we could contribute to solve these problems and make our nation a better place to live in. Jai Hind!
Mother Teresa. I was born on 26th August 1910. My father died when I was 8 years old and raised by my mother. I decided to help the poor and needy person when I was 12 years old. I grew up in Roman Catholic Church and decided to devote my life to God. In 1930, when I came to India, I saw that India was suffering from leprosy and due to this, many people died. In 1950, I set up Missionaries Charity with a well group of sisters who work medically to treat and cure the poor and needy people. Be a helpful and kind person. Don't fight for the name of God. Don't fight for the name of caste, religious creed. Don't worry outnumbered. Help just one person and always try to start with the person nearest you. Not all of us can make great duties, but we can do small work with great love. It doesn't matter how we do, but how much love we put in the doing. It doesn't matter how we give, but how much love we put in the giving. Be a good child, be a good father, be a good mother, and all of this, be a good human being. God bless you all, my children. God bless you.
Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam needs no introduction. He is just not a name but a feeling. His full name was Abul Pakir Jainabuluddin Abdul Kalam. He was the 11th president of our India. He was born in an average family on 15th October 1931, Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu. He was a real gem of our India. Apart from a president, he was a great scientist and a real teacher also. He worked about many organizations like DRDO and ISRO. He was a real gem of our country. He got the Bharat Ratna in the year of 1997 for the countless contribution for the sake of nation. He took his last breath on 27 July 2015, but he is still alive in our hearts as an inspiration to all the dreamers of India. I want to tell one of his beautiful thoughts. Everybody do not have the same talent, but everybody has the same opportunity to develop their talent, and his meticulous work will remember. Thank you.
Today, I want to say about a brave and peaceful lady, Mother Teresa. Her actual name was Agnes. Her mother was very kind and generous woman. Her father was also very kind and generous. But one day, on a heart attack, her father had expired. Agnes had two little brother and sister with her. When she grew older, she left her home to serve people of the entire world. Her mother requested her to not leave, but Mother Teresa didn't listen and headed to the Darjeeling. She learned a lot of things there. She is very kind and peaceful lady. Even today, we also remember her for her peaceful and noble efforts. She helped a lot of poor people in Calcutta, and also nursed sick people and child with her team. That time she wore a sari with blue strips and also a scarf of the same color. There was also a Christian locket which has a plus sign like this. The name of her organization was Missionaries of Charity. Thanks a lot.
this auspicious occasion of Republic Day. Republic Day is celebrated every year on 26th of January. This year, India will be celebrating its 73rd Republic Day. Republic Day is celebrated to remember the historic moment when our nation became an independent republic country. As we all know, India got its independence on August 15, 1947, but the country didn't have its own constitution at that time. So, India was governed by the laws implemented by the British. However, after many deliberations and amendments, a committee headed by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar submitted a draft of Indian Constitution, which was adopted on 26 November 1949. But it officially came into effect on 26th of January 1950, and hence we celebrate our Republic Day on 26th of January. On this prestigious occasion, the heroes of our country, the soldiers, are not forgotten. Prestigious awards are given away to the martyrs and the heroes who have dedicated their lives to saving our country at any cost. But beyond it all, the Constitution declares that India is a sovereign, socialist, secular and democratic republic. It assures its citizens justice, equality, liberty and fraternity. It also gives us our rights and duties as a citizens. On this Republic Day, I hope no matter who we are, rich or poor, a powerful politician or a regular citizen, we continue to respect these basic principles and values given to us by our amazing Constitution, so that as we move forward and continue to build this nation, we do not leave behind the foundation on which our country is built. Although we have seen a lot of economic improvements and success as a country, we still have many hurdles in our paths, such as poverty, unemployment, pollution, and the last 2 years of COVID. It is our duty as a citizens to face these challenges and come out stronger on the other side. So one thing we all can do is to promise each other that we will become a better version of ourselves, so that we can contribute to solving all these problems and making our nation a better place. Jai Hind!
Mother Teresa was born in Agnes Gonas Bozakyu in Skopje, Macedonia on August 26, 1910. Her family was American descent. She is a great woman who lived her life for the poor and needy people. Her faith and trust is very much on God and humanity. She is an inspiration because she with great love for poor people who were neglected and ignored by others. She inspired a lot of people to do impossible work in their life. She was awarded with a Nobel Peace Prize on 1979 for her service to charity and poor. She is the lovable and respected woman ever in India. Sadly, Mother Teresa passed away on 5th September 1997 at the age of 87.
Indira Gandhi was the third Prime Minister of India and first female Prime Minister of India. Indira Gandhi was the daughter of Jawaharlal Nehru.
सस्य श्यामला मातरं वन्दे मातरम् शुभ्रज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनी पुलकुसुमित द्रुमदलशोभिनी सुहासिनी सुमधुरभाषिणी सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् सुजला सुफला मलयज शीतला सस्य श्यामला मातरं वन्दे
Republic Day marks the empowerment of the Indian citizens to select their own government. It is a national holiday which commemorates the establishment of the Indian Constitution. The Indian Constitution is a huge document which lays down procedures, powers, duties, fundamental rights, and directive principles of the government. The governing principle of the Indian Constitution is of the people, for the people, and by the people, which signifies that power is vested in the hands of the Indian citizens. India got its independence after so many years of struggle, and thereafter the Constituent Assembly wrote the longest constitution in the whole world, that is our Indian Constitution, with the greatest feature of universal adult franchise, giving a stable political future to the country. This year, we celebrate the 73rd Republic Day. We have come along since our country first became republic. The parade at Rajpath is the main attraction of the day. Beating the cold, people from different parts of the country come here to witness the beautiful spectacle of this parade. The President of India hosts the national flag and also honors the brave citizens of the country by presenting various bravery awards like Param Veer Chakra, etc. The Prime Minister of India pays homage to those brave souls who lost their lives in wars. He lays a wreath at Amar Jawan Jyoti at India Gate in Delhi to show respect to the martyred soldiers. On this day, let us make a promise to strive for justice, freedom, and equal rights of every Indians, and for the unity and peace of all those who are fortunate enough to live in this glorious nation. Wish you all a very happy Republic Day. Thank you.